Welcome to Arun Educational Channel. Today's blog would be a kind of story and knowing the real fact behind beautiful Ganga Lake located in Itanagar. The Ganga Lake, which is also known as Gyakar Sinyi, is a lake located in Itanagar, the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. It is located 6 kilometers away from the Itanagar city and approximately takes 1.5 hours to reach the place by vehicles. It is one of the most popular places in Itanagar. People from all around love to visit this place, has to refresh their minds, also for their recreational activities and for enjoying picture-perfect view of this lake. The lake is surrounded by lush greenery vegetations and dense forest and from lofty mountains. The lake provides perfect place for organizing family picnics. The Ganga Lake or Gyakar Sinyi has no connection to moving rivers or streams, and also the lake's color is green. The government of Arunachal Pradesh is looking after its promotion and developmental activities. Boating facilities for lake, children amusing park, resting place, swimming pools, photographing place, etc. are made available in this lake for the visitors. The lake and its surrounding offers a perfect view for the photo lovers because of its dense covered forest and green colored calm water body. The Ganga Lake is opened for every day except Tuesday from morning 8 am to evening 5 pm. It is believed that Ganga Lake was first discovered by Daivida while he was in search of his lost Mitun. The narration of the story of discovery of Ganga Lake by Daivida goes like this. Once, when Daivida went too far off into the mountain for hunting, he found a Mitun. As the Mitun was a wild Mitun, he captured it and brought it to his home Tasi village in Sagali. Then he domesticated the Mitun, and to his surprise, the Mitun brought him good fortune. The Mitun gave birth to hundreds of Mituns in a very few years. Daivida started wondering what a lucky Mitun he had found, and also felt it unique and strange. In spite of bearing abundant of babies, the Mitun was healthy and young. But Bida was happy and was living the life of prosperous and fame. His thousands of Mitun in a very few years account him a great name. One day for religious ritual, Bida thought of sacrificing a Mitun. So he decided to sacrifice the mother Mitun that he had found. Bida brought the Mitun home from the jungle and tied her near the house. Overnight, while Bida and his family were talking about sacrificing the Mitun overheard their conversation. At night, the Mitun broke off the rope, and all night she called for her all babies. In the morning, when Bida went out to see his Mitun, it was no more there. Instead, he found thousands of footprints outside his house. At first, Bida was wondering what a strange thing the Mitun broke off and ran away. But later, he got worried as he went to nearby places to look for his Mitun and could not find it. He went to nearby forest in search for his Mitun but was unable to find even a single of his Mitun. This time, Bida really got worried and thought to go in search for his lost Mitun by following the footprints left by the Mitun, as thousands of footprints was there and it all went in the same direction. It was easy for Bida to trace the path where the Mitun went. Bida went on in search for his lost Mitun. He went on searching and searching for his lost Mitun. He followed the footprint to his Mitun through hills, plains and through the mountains. He he went on following the footprints from far mountains of Upia, a place in Papumpare district, and went on through mountain hills and finally reached Poma site, a place in Papumpare near Ganga Lake. In those days, there were no one residing around these places. Bida followed footprints and at last reached the last ending of the footprints. He found it. All the footprints of his mituns went directly into the lake. The lake is now known as Ganga Lake, also known by Gyakar Sinyi in local language. All the mitun were believed to be thrown in the lake. No one have seen what exactly took place in Ganga Lake. At last Bida went home disappointed. He felt very sad on losing all his mituns and went home with heavy heart. While returning to his home with high upset heart, he thought of taking rest. He chose a rock to rest on. The place where he took rest is known as Budum Lengna. That means the home of the snake. Then a strange thing happened to him on that spot, which is usually believed as haunting by spirits. As Bida stepped on the rock, his feet started sinking and his footprint was imprinted on the rock. He sat down on the rock and with sad heart started narrating his story. He narrates how he found his mitun and how it bore him hundreds of mituns and at last how she left him hopelessly with all her mituns. At that moment, suddenly so many snakes came out from a hole from the rock and started to creep and crawl around Bida as if they were dancing around him to comfort him. These snakes are known as Balang Bodum in tribal language and are believed to be spiritual and are not commonly seen by an ordinary people. All of a sudden, the rock on which Bida was sitting cracked out, which is still visible today in the rock. The story does not end here. It is said that many strange things happened with Bida after the drowning of his mitun. One morning, when Bida went to see his sape, a peace trap, to his surprise, he found a deer being trapped instead of a feces. He took the deer home thinking that it might have accidentally fallen into a river and was carried along with the river to his trap. They ate the deer and thought nothing about it. Next morning again he was surprised to find another deer instead of a single piece being in trap. This time Bida did not take the deer home thinking something strange was happening with him and thought it not good to take the deer along with him. After this incident, Bida was really worried, and on that night, in his dream, a spirit came and told him that Bida, you are the richest man in this land and most blessed and loved one of the spirits. That day, when Bida went to see his beast trapped, again to his surprise, he found a deer lying in his trap instead of a piece. This time Bida knew that it was a bad sign and work of an evil spirit and knew that something was going to happen bad with him and his family. He went home disappointed and was very worried about it. After these weird incidents, one night when all the villagers were in sound sleep, a heavy flood came and swept out all the families of Bida and the entire villages. This is how the story of discovery of Ganga Lake came and life of Bida ended. Just like any other stories of the life, Bida's life story teaches us in many ways. But I would only just say that please preserve and follow your old culture and tradition that your forefather, your parents has passed on to you.